everyone. Welcome to the official press conference ahead of the 2024 Leagues Cup round of 32 match between Colorado Rapids and FC Juárez this Friday, August 9th at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Joining us is Rapids head coach Chris Armas and goalkeeper Zack Steffen. I'll now open it up to questions for those who are here, and I'll take a few for those who are on Zoom, but we could go ahead and get started.
Hey guys, Mitchell Carroll, DNVR Sports. For the second time in 3 games, a late, dramatic, big goal, whole team celebrating. Zach coming up in penalties, getting a couple saves. The vibe in the locker room has to be really good. Almost seemed like it couldn't get better, but how's the team doing cohesively? And Zach, how'd it feel to put up a game like that?
So I'd like to take this one first because I would like to acknowledge, it just happens to be sitting next to me, but I've said it all along how important, you might not like this, did I say it with you here, but how important he's been to our team. You've all heard me say that. And that when you're a new coach coming in, trying to set a tone and a style of play and a way of working, a professionalism, having a few players that embody that, and he was the guy and is the guy. And then to see just, for me, consistency, winning behaviors that the boys follow. And then on those nights where he can really showcase who he is, that even leading up to the penalties, he had a lot of confidence and swag going into it. Like, he's got a lot of self-belief. And then, even in the run of play, the big saves, helping us set the tone with the ball, building attacks. It was top on the night. But there's certain nights that really showcase an individual, and that was one of them. So I was just really, really happy to see that.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. The vibes they're good. The boys are feeling good. We're healthy. We're confident, and we're focused. So we're excited for another game in front of our home fans.
Brain nurse for the Denver Post. Chris, I'm assuming Georgie's fit to play again, maybe even start, but just how much are you looking forward to that kind of central midfield looking the way it's supposed to, with Georgie at the 10 and then Cole back in the double pivot?
Yeah, I've not thought of it exactly that way. I'm excited for another match, a match that is at home, a match that it's a competition that we win, we move on, a match that really tests us and challenges our boys. So as a coach, I love the challenge for our group. Specifically, it's great to have Georgie back. You see that when he's on the pitch, he brings us something a little bit different and special out there in the final third. So I'm excited for a lot of reasons. I mean, I love match day, and anytime it's a knockout competition and we're in it, even better.
And Zach, for you, just how are you approaching this short week? Given it's a short week, you're going into a round of 32 game, and you obviously want to replicate a game like you had.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of short weeks this year, so it's just another game, just another short week, and getting recharged after the last game, and having a good training today, and then getting your mind right tomorrow. Like Chris said, we're excited for just another chance to play, especially at home in front of our fans, against an opponent we don't know. So it's a new challenge, and it's a knockout game, so it's a fun, high pressure situation.
Pat Radigan, Footy 5280. Zach, I just had to ask this because I was down there right behind the goal taking pictures actually during the shootout, and then the first penalty goes in, and you turn, and I thought, they probably shouldn't have done that with 4 penalties left. As a keeper, was there something special? I mean, not like a chip on your shoulder, but just say, all right, I got 4 left. I'm getting one of these. Is that one of those moments where you're like, okay, it's on?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, don't like the Panenka at all. But I just go into each shot for shootouts with the mentality that I'm going to save it. And hopefully they just shoot it to the side that I go to, and I can get a hand or something on it.
And then for both of you, as you've merged with the team, early on you could see that Zach brought the calm at the back and helped with the possession game. And now it seems like there are times you're really understanding when you can play early, when you can push the possession, and it seems like your teammates are starting to kind of see those angles, see those diagonals. So for both of you, how's that progression been, and how much do you think we're finally starting to kind of see the different ways that you can impact the game with the ball at the back?
Yeah, I think it's just managing the game. We like to play fast. We like to attack. So when we see that teams aren't as set up and I can get the ball and play quick, we want to do that so we can advance the ball and get the ball into our final third and get a chance or a goal. And then, yeah, I think it's just over time getting on the same page with players. We've had different players come in this year, so it takes time to get on the same page and all that. But I think the guys and myself have done a good job in the recent games.
Yeah, just to finish that, we're a team, as you probably know, that in possession we want to play with tempo and verticality. And what does that mean in the different thirds? And in his part of the pitch, it's about seeing things quickly, getting things moving quickly, getting players around him to get on par with that. But he's the quarterback in those moments, so he can see the pitch. We have certain ideas and spaces we want to attack, but that tempo piece is really important to our style of play. We also empower him, though, now in games to feel what's going on. What does the team need to be available sometimes on back passes? Does it need to reset attacks? Do we need to try to open up opposition? But he understands all that part of it, so he has some decision-making power, and while still sticking to our philosophy of having this in mind. I tell him I want to get him to get a few assists on the year, so especially at home. He's got a strong leg and accurate, so I tell Johnny and those guys, let's go, be ready. He's looking for you, which he does.
Looking ahead to Juárez, stylistically a little different than León, maybe a little less surprising with formations and how they play within a game. How has prep been going for that? How confident is the group going into that?
Listen, we in these games when you don't know the opposition that well, even you can analyze them, you can scout for sure, but then you have to play against them, which it's always trickier. And vice versa, us to them. Oh, this is what we think they're going to do. Look at the video. And then it unfolds. So we put emphasis on them for sure to understand them and see where they're strong and maybe where we can, expose them a little bit. So in that, the style of play in Liga MX offers certain things and behaviors, even individual talents. So when you look at Juárez, it's a talented team. They're built for possession. They can counterpress. They can play in transition. They're good on set pieces. So we try to look at them specifically. We know that they, in possession, how they take up spaces. They can move you around with rotations. They have center backs that can build attacks, comfortable on the ball. Up the pitch, there's Panda, who is really good on the ball, can move. It's not a one-trick pony. They're intelligent. As León was, so we use our principles to try to counteract that. So again, it's Mauricio, the coach there. It's his new season for him, and he's done a really nice job. The team plays well. They can, as we saw even against MLS opposition, they're more than capable. We'll have our hands full, but we love the challenge.
Chris, with playoffs pretty close, just how important was the outcome of the León game, and how important is this game coming up, just in terms of how the team acts and plays, both from a physical and mental standpoint, as you prepare for those?
Braden, what's important, we want to move on. We want to play right up into that Dallas game. But what's most important for us is that we stick to who we are. And that, because we know we cannot, the result's going to come. As much as we think we can actually control and make the outcome go our way, we cannot. The game will be decided, and there's lots of factors that influence outcomes. But what we can control is the 100 minutes or so, that we stick to who we are, that we show up and play with our tempo, stick with our style of play, stick to the principles that get us goals, the ones that prevent goals and make us hard to play against. That's what's most important, so that we're win, lose, or draw, that we're sitting on a performance that we can fall back on and feel good about. That takes us into the Dallas game. For me, that's most important.
And Zach, for you, just as a vocal leader of this team, what has kind of your message been to the team the short week and coming up with another big game?
Yeah, it's just much of the same. A lot of support, a lot of just reminders of being focused and supporting the guy next to you. It's a short week, so we haven't trained too much. It's just getting the bodies right, the minds right, and then getting ready to ramp it up tomorrow.
Is there anything in particular, like Chris was mentioning, that you're kind of a quarterback, you can see the pitch. Is there anything that you saw that was maybe different about the way Leon played that you can maybe apply to this one?
Yeah, like you said, I mean, the game's a little bit more open. The Mexican team tendencies are a little bit different than MLS. But at the same time, every game is different. Every team we play is different. So, like he said, we're just going to look at some of the things they like to do and try to take them away, and then try to stick to our game plan and then get the 3 points.